Hey, love! Welcome back to Blue Lotus Vibes, where we bloom a little harder every day. Today, I'm sharing 5 silent shifts that quietly transformed my life from the inside out. These aren't the loud moments, they're the ones that changed everything when no one was looking. Let's dive deep together. Silent shift 1. I stopped chasing closure and gave myself peace instead. There was a time when I obsessed over the why. Why did they do it? Why didn't they care? I used to believe that closure had to come from their confession, their explanation, their apology. But one day, I realized waiting for someone to acknowledge my pain was only prolonging it. So, I stopped chasing. I created my own closure, not out of spite, but out of self-preservation. Peace wasn't something they could give me. It was something I had to reclaim, and in that moment, I became my own healer. Silent shift 2. I began measuring my days by my effort, not by their outcomes. For years, I judged my worth by the results, the numbers, the applause, the wins. And when I didn't meet those marks, I felt like I failed. But then I asked myself, what if trying, truly trying, is the success? So now, I don't wait for milestones to clap for myself. I celebrate the quiet days I showed up, the small steps no one saw, the resilience that kept me moving when nothing went as planned. My effort became my victory, and that shift freed me from the trap of performance. It gave me permission to grow at my own pace. Silent shift 3. I stopped needing to explain my growth to those who stayed the same. At one point, I felt guilty for outgrowing the circles I used to shrink in. I wanted them to understand, to see how hard I worked to become who I am. But not everyone is meant to witness your evolution. Some are only comfortable with your old self, because your new light exposes their shadows. I stopped explaining. I stopped justifying. Growth doesn't need approval. It needs space. So I blessed them with distance and gifted myself the freedom to evolve without apology. Silent shift 4. I fell in love with small private wins, not public validation. There's a certain joy in doing things just for you, in showing up when no one is watching, in smiling because you're proud, not because anyone clapped. I started treasuring the mornings I got out of bed when it hurt, the evenings I made peace with myself, the progress no one saw but me. I no longer need the spotlight. I found grace in the shadows, where healing lives and quiet victories bloom. Private wins feel different. They're rooted, they're real, and they never fade. Silent shift 5. I realized forgiving myself was louder than anyone else's apology. I waited. I waited for someone to say they were sorry, for them to undo what was done. But healing doesn't wait. It requires action. And the boldest thing I ever did was turn inward and say, I forgive you, to the reflection in the mirror. I forgave myself for staying too long, for not knowing better, for loving in places that hurt. That forgiveness was powerful, louder than any words they could have offered. It didn't erase the pain, but it loosened its grip. And from that release, I rose softer, but stronger. If this resonates with your spirit today, love, don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And keep rising silently, boldly, beautifully. Your silent growth is your loudest blessing. Let's bloom, glow, and grow together. Stay connected for more daily motivation, affirmations, and healing journeys. Blue Lotus Vibes, where growth is rooted in peace. Like Blue says, see you in the next video.